What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and it's that time of the week again where we review and do a financial audit of our boy DSP, and we take a look at how he's doing for the week, and we do a comparison year over year. So I did one like this a couple days ago. It was more focused on the month of April, and I totaled out what he made that month, took a look at some of his views, and you guys saw the video. So again, this is back to the normal weekly audit of his tips and super chats. And please remember, this is not ad revenue, memberships, none of that. This simply just includes his tips and super chats from both the DSP Gaming channel and DSPReacts channel. So that is included in these totals. So as you guys can see, our boy Phil started streaming. His streaming week started April 27th all the way through May 2nd. Now, we know yesterday Phil did not stream. He did turn on his stream late at night and had it running for about an hour or two. And he did get about 4 super chats and God knows how many tips. It's not official, so I left it blank. I'm just going to include whatever those totals are. If he talks about it on his podcast tomorrow, I'll just include it for the totals for that day. So yeah, we won't miss it. It'll be there. It's just right now we don't have it. As you guys know, he was off yesterday dealing with some medical issues. If you guys checked out my stream, we had a lot of fun while he's speculating what's wrong with DSP. I gave my opinion. I think it's gout related. I think it could be his kidneys, just because with gout, kidneys are one of the more severe things that occur. Your kidneys are very delicate, and we all know that Phil just drinks carbonate water, trash, eats red meat, and those uric those uric acid levels in his body, they just rip holes in the kidneys. So I'm speculating it's kidney related, but again, I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV. I'm just giving my view, my thoughts, and what I think it could be. But you guys aren't here to hear about Phil's gout. You guys are here to hear about the numbers, the raw numbers. So let's get into it, folks. So like I said, he started streaming his week on 4/27 and it ran all the way up to May 2nd, 2023. So he zeroed out yesterday because he was off. Today he's off as well, so he's on his official day off. So he's out running errands with my wife and, you know, getting the supplies and so on for the snort for it. So, excuse me. On 5/1, of course, the anniversary of the fappening. Oh my lord, we can't forget about the fappening. Phil, you know, his dents felt generous. So he ended up getting $175 in tips for both streams, and he made $108 in super chats for a total of $283. On April 30th, he pulled in, not too good, he pulled in $84 for tips. And again, I think that was one stream. He was doing his long form content, which no one cares about. And his super chats was $62 for a total of $146. Now, excuse me, April 29th, he pulled in $184. Now, I think that was Saturday where he did have his DSPReacts, you know, weekly show, and then he did gameplay of, I think, Oblivion that night. He pulled in $184, and then for super chats 40 for a grand total of $224. Now on 4/28, he pulled in $164 in tips, $29 in super chats for a grand total of $193. And then lastly, April 27th, he pulled in $187, $39 for super chats for a grand total of $226. So what is that? What damage is that to the dents? Overall for the week, for the 6 days of streaming, he pulled in $794, which is that's not great. It's not great, Phil. You know, you usually get in between anywhere between $1,100 to $1,300 in tips. So this was not a good week for tips for you at all. But on a brighter note, you did make a little bit more extra on your super chats. A little bit, not much, but a little bit. So you got a total of $278. So in the grand total for the week, for the work week, the liquidity for the business was $1,072. Now, I know Phil has 2 big bills coming up. I don't think they're this week. They're probably next week. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go hardcore begging because the 2 big bills are due, and I'm sure he doesn't have enough money. And, you know, with the 1,072, being he only really has the 794 to his name right now, the day off is going to be tough for Phil. So I have a feeling Phil's going to run in his errands and then probably DoorDash some food with his wife at home and be sad and depressed. So yeah, it may be tough for Phil this week. He may have to eat ham sandwiches or maybe leftovers. Okay, so if you look at his grand total for his tips, he averaged out $132.33 a day. That's for the 6 days. For the super chats, he averaged about $46.33. So each day he pulled in $178.66. So he he almost made a 2-tier tip goal on every single stream. Mind you, that's with $0 on yesterday's stream. So that's not too bad, Phil. I mean, for the 5 days literally of work that you like to claim, you did okay. You did okay. But of course, Phil will probably complain and bitch about that it wasn't enough money, and will do the hardcore beg when he gets back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure of it. He's going to ask the Dents to rally and give him the money because, one, he's sick and has medical issues that he's not going to tell you about, and two, the 2 big bills will be coming up next week. Okay. All right, so let's look at the grand total scheme for 2023. So far this year, for 2023, he has streamed, well, I didn't include, well, no, I negate the days off. So we can tell that he's actually streamed 105 days so far this year, for a grand total of tips of $17,919. Okay, that's how much tips he made. For 105 days of streaming, yes. And then for super chats, he brought in a whopping $7,455 for the same time period, which gives him a grand total of $25,374 for essentially 4 months of air quotes work. Now, what I want to show you here in the red here is what I did is, like I do every week, I do a comparison of his total income for 2023 and compare it to 2022 to see how he's faring, because we all know Phil talks about his business, and with every business, what you want to do is you want to see growth every quarter. And with Phil, it's not been the way for a long time. So when he tells you he's growing, the business is growing, that's a lie. One, the numbers don't show that, and two, if you look at his views like we did in the last video, that doesn't show that either. So whatever metrics Phil is using to determine his channel is growing are bad analytics. So okay, so as you can see here, for the year of 2023, he's pulled in $17,919 in tips. Last year for the same period, he pulled in $23,902. So that is a he is essentially 25. He is 25.1% less. He pulled in 25.1% less this year than he did last year. So year over year. So that's really bad. You never want to see that for a company or a business. You always want to see it either steady or more. And Phil is down a quarter of the liquidity that he needs year over year. So if we look at tips, that was tips. So we look at super chats, he pulled in $7,455 this year. Last year, he pulled in $10,356 for the same time period. So if you take those two figures, you will see that Phil has made 28.1% less in 2023 than he did in 2022 over the same time period. That is not good. And for the grand total, folks, this year he's pulled in $25,374. And then last year, this same period, he pulled in $34,258. Wow, oh my lord. That's like $8,000 less than he did last year. So if you average those out, it looks like he's made 26% less money in 2023 than he did in 2022, and that is not bad. By every single metrics that you can hold Phil to, that is terrible. By any metrics that you can hold any business, that is terrible. Any business that loses 26% of their income in that segment, in these two segments, in tips and super chats, that's bad. That is an indication that the business is dying. And we all know it's been a slow death for Phil's channel. And I think, like I stated in the last video where I talked about his numbers, the mere fact that he deleted over 374,000 views, all over 300 videos, we're talking about a year's worth of analytics, especially where those videos were one of your higher viewed videos, because his podcast actually gets slightly more views than his crappy gameplay. So he deleted all that engagement. He deleted all of those comments. He deleted all of those recommendations. Anything that would have helped him in the algorithm to pump his channel is gone. He deleted it. And it's funny because if you actually do a search, let me do a search real quick for Phil. So let's see. Let's see. DSP Gaming. Okay, like always, his channel is always going to come up first, right? But look what you get after that. You don't get any of Phil. Hey, you get the Duty Streams video. You get your iVega. You get, who else do you get? You get the Tractor Dave. You get Duty Streams again. You get Duty Streams again. You get the Tractor Dave. You get Snort Burnell. You get Duty Streams again. So Phil is essentially wiped out of the algorithm yet again. He did make a little bump. I was tracking him during April when a lot of the detractors were down, and he was showing up more in the algorithm because there wasn't that much content. But with all of the detractors back, all, Phil is just back down to nothing. And some people ask me, why do you post so many videos? Why do you make so many videos? It's two purposes. The main purpose, one, is to hold Pigman accountable and show people, hey, you don't want to see his streams, but I want to show you a clip of what Pigman is up to and why he's disgusting and people hate him. The second reason is to flood the algorithm. If you flood the algorithm and the search function, my views on top of Detractor Dave's views, on top of all of the detractors, they wipe him out. You don't see him. He's bye-bye. He's bye-bye. So when people are looking up for, say, DSP content, and they put, say, DSP Gaming or even DSP, right? Let's look up DSP. Let's see what comes up for DSP. DSP. Memeology. Big ups to Memeology. He's been holding it down. He's been pumping out some great content. He pops up first. Oh, my Lord, it's Duty Streams. He pops up. Snort Burnell. Duty Streams again. Even that Emerus Farm. She's new to the game. She even popped up before Phil. Duty Streams again. Rebsy. Hate Army, our boy Hate Army's out there. iVega again. Duty Streams. Aqua Teal. Memeology again. Duty Streams. You know what I mean? So when you flood the algorithm, it just bumps away people like Phil. And his content he essentially has no, he can't do anything about it because his content is crap. Now, DSPReacts, not as much. He actually does get a little bit of traction here, and that's because most people don't make videos or tag DSPReact. I have started, so I expect my videos to flood his algorithm when it comes to the DSPReact tag. So, as you can see, he does have a little bit of search features in there, but yeah, that's going to go away pretty soon. I mean, we kind of own DSP, we own DSP Gaming, we just have to get DSPReacts. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Our boy Phil, business is hurting. And then with these new medical issues, he's going to be begging for more and more money because he has to pay the bills. He's going to have to set up a medical fund, just like he set up his legal fund to sue YouTube. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.